Hi, my name's Andrew. Thank you for visiting my YouTube channel. This video we're going to review two important databases if you're looking to reach ultra high net worth investors, and this is a database that I've prepared for a client in the US. It includes family investment offices plus institutional real estate investors. So if you follow up with me on the video, you're going to see a great database that covers both these subjects. A little bit about myself. I'm a fundraising strategist with 15 years experience in high-end real estate sales and marketing, spanning Canada, Dubai, and the Caribbean. And over the last 2 years on Fiverr, I've assisted over 260 clients with startup fundraising, pitch deck refinement, investor outreach strategies, and custom databases. In addition, I serve as an investor to a New York-based global private equity firm with funding requirements over $10 billion. The fund diversifies across many sectors, including income-producing real estate, and frequently involves capital commitments in the range of $10 to $100 million for each project. You can learn more about the services that I provide by clicking my Fiverr profile below. So this video highlights the creation of the Ultimate Family Investment Office plus Institutional Real Estate Database. Now, I've covered off a little bit about the family investment office databases before and what makes them really hard to work with. They're very rare, but a lot of the people who are actually marketing them are marketing databases that are very old, outdated, have lots of errors, and you're going to learn more about that as we continue to the spreadsheet part of the video. First things first, my database comprises over 400,000 corporate and institutional investor fundraising contacts. These include venture capital, angel groups, private equity, family investment offices, investment banks, hedge funds, and more. And again, this is a custom database for a private client who wants to target ultra high net worth clients for real estate investment. So I've included the family investment offices plus private equity groups that specialize in real estate. So that means that this client has the most refined and targeted database to market their real estate projects. So what are the main problems with family investment office databases? Well, first of all, inaccurate classification. They're usually scraped from the internet and have the word family incorrectly defined on many parts of the website. So just because it has the word family in a wealth management or an investment company website doesn't mean that it's a family investment office, and there's a big difference between the two. Second is out-of-date information. You're going to see that in the database that I started with, there was over 5,000 contacts, but by the time I actually worked through it and refined it, there was a little bit over 1,000, and I'm going to show you how that works. Third, not clearly a family investment office, but mainly a wealth management firm that offers investment services to individuals and families. So again, this client really wants to narrow down into the top real estate investors in the USA. And believe it or not, there is not that many, but this is a very refined list. Now, some online companies have been selling these types of databases for years at exorbitant prices. For example, the database that you're seeing here was acquired by another client of mine and cost them about $1,000. And the reality is that it has many errors. So what I'm going to try to do is teach you how to avoid getting trapped into these type of databases. And of course, you can come to me if you're really interested in getting one that's refined and perfect for real estate opportunities. Now, what makes family investment offices attractive for real estate opportunities? Well, here's the four main reasons. Tailored services. Family investment offices provide personalized solutions spanning investment management, financial planning, estate, and more tailored to the needs of affluent families. Most affluent families, as part of their investment portfolio, is going to have a certain amount of real estate in it. And when I mean real estate, I'm talking usually either commercial or multifamily. We're not just talking about buying 5 or 6 houses. We're talking about the type of clients that like to buy entire buildings, anywhere from 50 rental units and up usually. So that's basically the difference between the two. Holistic approach, serving the central hub for wealth management. Family investment offices coordinate all financial affairs comprehensively, ensuring alignment with the family's values and objectives. So these are the type of people that know exactly what they're looking for, and you don't have to spend an awful lot of time. So if you're looking to use them to target your particular real estate project, they're going to tell you right off the bat whether it fits their client's purpose. Thirdly, asset safeguarding with a focus on preserving multi-generational wealth. FIOs play a crucial role in asset protection and legacy planning, fostering trust and continuity. So again, these are the perfect targets if you're looking to market real estate projects too. And fourthly, expert guidance, leveraging experienced professionals and personalized attention. FIOs empower affluent families to navigate complex financial landscapes confidently, offering a gateway to long-term relationships and lucrative real estate opportunities. So you know that the person that's going to be your contact when you reach out to this is probably somebody that is a high-level financial manager, knows all the terms, knows all about the due diligence and underwriting that's needed for these type of projects. So let's take a look at the database. So this is the first part of the database where it shows that in the beginning there's 5,560 websites. Now there's multiple ones here, so I'm going to end up just filtering them as I go all the way down. Now the issue with getting a database like this is that many times you just can't bulk check a website because the website may be good but it may not be a family office. So in this case you're going to see that they're either family office single or they're going to be family office multi. So the exercise that I need to do for this particular cleaning for this client is that I am taking the entire database and I'm clicking each website. So and you can see here I'm already down to number 72. So I will be over the course of, you can see here we're sitting at April 14th, 2024, and in the next few days of this month I'm going to be validating and verifying every one. So what I've noticed already is that now again this is a family office database, as previously mentioned, that has been purchased by one of the big family office websites that's been up for many years, and they guarantee accuracy up to about 90%. Now I can tell you that there is far less. You're going to see 55, 60, and you're going to see at the end what the final number is. But there's a lot more than 10% as far as all they're guaranteeing is emails. But the problem is that when I click many of these websites, they are not family offices. Now, I'm including wealth managers that handle family offices, but some of them are completely misclassified. So if you would have purchased this database, and again, this database is over $1,500, but it's not going to be when it's finished for me, because I don't believe in offering somebody something that is very inaccurate. So if you want this database to reach family investment offices, it's going to work out really well for you. But I wanted to show you what the very beginning was, and again we scroll down to the bottom and you can see all the fields here are complete. We're up to 5396, so there's about 50 there was 5560, but I've removed already some of them prior to making the video because I wanted to start the video early on the process so you could see how many are actually going to go. And you can see when I've scrolled over, you've got the city, you've got LinkedIn address if they have one. Some of them are going to be unknown. You're going to get title. Most of the titles you're going to see here are senior people, presidents, founders, directors of investments, that sort of thing. And you're going to see some information on sectors in many cases. And then that's it. That's the database. So this is just the first video, and again we're sitting here April 14th, and we'll check in a little bit later to see where we've ended up with the Family Investment Office database screening. Now let's look at the cleaned and final database that I've spent around 30-35 hours working on throughout the course of this week from the original one that you saw in the early part of the video. Okay, so now we're over on the finished spreadsheet. You've seen the master one that started off with 5,560 in the previous part of the video. And so what happened is I have worked on this for about 35 hours and I have basically clicked every single website to verify it. Now why is this different than what most people do? Most people just check the emails. Now the problem with that is that the email could be fine, but it might not be a family investment office. They might not necessarily look at real estate. Now in all these, they didn't need to say that they looked at real estate. What they needed to do is show that they had some affiliation with either as a single family investment office, or they were a wealth management or investment group that had multifamilies as part of their mandate. So pretty much every one of these contacts is going to be a good target for somebody that's looking to market a large real estate project too. Now that's something that's very important to keep in mind, because again, I started off with 5,560 contacts and I end up with about 1,230, or to make it really clear, 510 individual companies out of that group. Now 510 is a well enough amount of targets for anybody that's trying to market something as far as a large real estate project, because this is the purpose of this one. But even if you're looking to use this type of database for other purposes, that's a large database and a very good book of potential contacts. Remember, you don't have to qualify these groups because I've already done it for you. So you don't have to spend a lot of time to say, okay, well, are they actually groups that are involved in acquiring large assets or large investment opportunities? Again, because I've already spent the 35 hours for you. Now, I've also done another thing, is I've included private equity real estate contacts. I'm going to get to that when we come to the next spreadsheet, because the client wanted to have some private equity groups that specialized in real estate. So just starting off with, you can see as I flash down to the bottom here, you can see we've got about 1,230. We've got their full names, we've got the email ID. I'm going to come back to this. It says the quality of the email. What does that mean? Well, I've just cleaned it using millionverifier.com, and I'm going to get to more details on that. So they're all either family offices, single or multi. We've got the firm name, we've got the website, and again, every website has been clicked and every website is valid. Also, another thing to keep in mind is any website that was older than 2020, I basically just disregard it, because if they haven't updated their website since then, I don't usually look at them as a serious contender for somebody that's actually looking for investments at this time. If they didn't have a date on their website, what I did was I checked through them. I looked to see whether they had any current news in their portfolio. Or I just took a view that depending on what the website looked like, whether it was something that might have been made in the last 3 or 4 years. It's not a perfect system, but at least it gets rid of all the old websites and defunct companies. So obviously you're all in USA, so we've got the city. Now it says LinkedIn. I did not check the LinkedIn's, and the reason being, these are going to be LinkedIn's mainly for the individuals that are listed. Most people don't change their LinkedIn, they change their email when they move from company to company, but they keep the same LinkedIn. I've kept that in there so that we don't have to worry about that. I've got their titles. You can see these are all senior people: partners, manager, partner, vice presidents, president, CIO. So they're all very senior people as far as contacts. Some of them are going to have sectors. A lot of them are going to have unknown. But you can also fill that in, because a lot of these groups just actually do not list what their sectors are. That's one of the things that makes family investment offices a little bit harder to deal with, because they can be a little bit mysterious, and they like to keep their investment opportunities confidential. Date verified. So let's take a look at that. You can see down below here we're on April 19th, 2024. This says April 19th, and here is my finished report from Million Verifier. It says April 19th, so we're all good here. So what happened was I took the total amount and I ran them through the cleaner. 60% of them came out good, 25% turned risky, and 15% became bad really quickly. This is something that you have to be really concerned about. 15% means bad emails don't exist, don't email now. Now I've removed all those so that you don't have any of them at all, because the odds are that they're also tied to websites, that although the website may be up, it might have not been updated. So we got rid of about 220. Now risky doesn't mean it's bad. It just means they may exist or not. So it says learn more on how to use them. I myself think that it's healthy to keep them in a database like this because they may be tied to a good company, but this person may have left, or they may have just made it as what's called a catch-all. In other words, it's not an active email, but somebody may be reading that email that goes into that person's box, even though they may have left the company. And good means that they're okay, they're valid, they're existing emails, and they're good to go. Now, the whole idea with this is we're trying to keep as much of the good information in there. And again, these are databases that you're going to use for research. You're definitely not going to be spamming these type of contacts, so it's something that you're going to have to use for more research. Now, so that includes this part of the exercise. The other part is I've also included, now this is an exercise that I had actually was involved doing in the very beginning of April, and I actually started off with 350 private equity groups that listed real estate as their in their websites, and I've narrowed it down to about 65 that would be considered good targets. Why? They're active, they show their portfolios, all their websites are up to date, and now most of these are going to have contact at or info at, so you're going to have to do a little bit more work on those. But if you are looking to contact the private equity groups that's specializing in either doing debt financing for real estate or actually acquire real estate opportunities, again, think anywhere from 10, 20, 50 million dollars and up, and sometimes more. Those are great groups, again, all USA based, for you to use as potential targets for your real estate investments. Again, that's the Family Investment Office and the private equity investors that were used for a USA client who's looking to market large opportunities. You can also check out my other gigs on Fiverr. I have a pitch deck review service that is really popular if you're getting ready to send your pitch deck out to investors. Let me take a look at it to make sure that it is actually ready to be sent out. I also have a guide to raising startup capital, 160 pages. I created this for first-time fundraisers. It'll teach you how to do pitch decks, business plans, and other key initiatives when it comes to fundraising and other fundraising gigs. And if you need help to write your startup pitch deck, if you've got a business plan already completed, I can actually get you started on that. So just check those gigs out on my Fiverr profile. For more information on my databases and fundraising services, click my Fiverr link below. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe.